That DNA Doe project played a big role in this case and so many others like it all across the country. Kevin Lord is the director of lab and agency logistics with that organization and helped lead this particular investigation. And Kevin is joining us tonight. Kevin, incredible to talk to you. So many answers for this family. I know the other 5 victims remain unidentified. Are you optimistic that this type of technology will lead to the identification of those 5 as well?
Marnie, glad to be here. Yes, this technology so far has allowed our nonprofit to identify 70 Jane and John Does using the same exact technology. So we're very hopeful that it could help identify the other 5 as well.
So walk us through this investigative genetic genealogy. It made all the difference. How does it work, and how did it particularly work in this case with Francis Wayne Alexander?
So it was kind of a long process on the front end. So we took the tooth and we had to have DNA extracted from that tooth. That DNA had to be sequenced, and then bioinformatics had to be done so that we could get a profile that we could then upload to these genealogy databases. From there, we start trying to figure out how all of these DNA matches that we get back are related to each other. Once we find enough ancestors and figure out how all those different pairs of ancestors are connected, we can start narrowing our search field down.
And how long does that typically take?
It can vary a huge amount between case to case. In this case, it only took a matter of 8 hours. We were able to figure it out and present a candidate at least to the sheriff's department within the same night almost. But in other cases, especially in people of color and other underrepresented populations, because there are not as many testers in the database, it can be a much longer process.
What are some of the challenges using this technology? And does a high profile case like this get more attention because so many people know it?
So there's a lot of challenges. The challenges vary all the way from the actual quality of whatever remains are available and whether we can get enough DNA and high enough quality DNA to get that data that we need for these databases. And then, of course, the other big thing is what population, what their ethnicity is. That plays a huge role in the matches we get back. And then we really treat every case equally. It doesn't really matter to us who the person is. However, of course, I mean, it is exciting working on a case like this, and we do think that it helps bring attention to a lot of the other cases that also need to be identified and solved.
Right, the same technology used to identify the Golden State Killer as well, as I understand. You know, Kevin, I think about so many families of missing people. We have really just dipped our toes into how many people are impacted when a loved one goes missing nationwide. And I would bet that seeing this case gives hope to families that they will eventually have some answers. What is your message to people out there who are desperately seeking closure or some definitive picture as to what happened to their loved one?
So, I mean, the first step is definitely make sure there's a missing persons report filed. Ideally, get the DNA of a family member into CODIS. That's kind of the first option for law enforcement. We kind of act as a backup option when CODIS fails and someone hadn't been reported missing or their DNA, a family member's DNA wasn't in the database. So those are definitely the best options. But other people, just members of the general public, if they want to help solve some of these cases, the more DNA profiles that we have available to us in sites like GEDmatch and Family Tree DNA, the easier it makes it for us to solve these cases.
Are there ethical concerns in what you're doing, and what are some of the criteria when you take on a case?
So DNA Doe Project deals specifically with adult Jane Does and John Does. We don't take child cases, and we also don't take trying to identify suspects such as the Golden State Killer. Our mission is completely adult Jane Does and John Does. For people uploading to these databases, obviously they have to be comfortable with law enforcement being able to search and use their profile. We don't get access to their actual genetic data, but we do see things like their relatives and how they might be connected to the person that we're looking for.
Finally, Kevin, is this a game changer in terms of many of the cold cases that we have seen for decades go unanswered?
Yeah, this is a huge game changer. I think that there's so many cases that have been sitting in CODIS for so long with no hits in the national database, and this can really be a way to solve those cases and many others. Already, just in the 3.5 years or so that it's been in use, there's already been hundreds of cases solved, and I think it's really just the tip of the iceberg.
I hope so. So much hope. Kevin Lord, we appreciate your time. And this was a big one. And I know for that mother in North Carolina to finally have an answer about her son, Francis Wayne Alexander. Appreciate the work you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good night.